Single-handed, it depends on your level of driving, technique. Personally, I'm not an alien. I think I'm decent fast, but I'm certainly not an alien. So the first thing I look is to be comfortable with the car and to be able to attack the corners, attack the braking points, attack the exits, all that stuff. If I'm comfortable with the car and I can attack the corners with the car, then I will be able later on my practice, I will be able to produce lap times, good lap times, and most importantly, be consistent on the race. If I'm not comfortable with the car, then whatever I do on the setup, it won't translate to good lap times. Aliens can drive any setup. Sometimes they can drive fast even though the setup sucks. This is something that I've seen many times. And they don't really care that much on the setup. They can just go fast, And I really want to be comfortable. So the first thing I do is having a good stable car that I can drive to the limit for my level of driving technique. And that then will permit me to go to better lap times. And the more you practice with the car, with such a setup, the more you understand how the car reacts, because you are not fighting for dear life, on every turn and every lap. And that means that later on with your practice, after a day, 3 days, 1 week, you start also to understand, okay, what I could do to be faster on turns that I might have, issues. And so I will switch the setup to start chasing a little bit more the lap time up to a point that I won't be comfortable anymore, so I will go one step behind. All that stuff, I have talked extensively on that, and I have made, I think, a very nice video which had also quite a bit of success. And the video is called "Why Don't You Use the Safe Setup?" And on that video, I'm explaining how you can use the safe setup to get better, right? And without having issues to control the car, and most importantly, by understanding also how to what the car does and how you can improve it. So yeah, I highly recommend that you have a look on that video and understand what is going on. Yeah, well, the drive faster is always putting things into perspective. So AE said something very interesting now on the chat. He said that he's doing 155s on Nürburgring, right? And aliens do 153s, all right? So how do they do that? Oh my God, 2 seconds. Where do I lose 2 seconds per lap, right? And I've talked about that many times, and it is very, very important because people tend to focus on the 2 seconds and fail to realize what those 2 seconds really are. And 2 seconds is nothing really. And this is both why it is very easy, and it's not that important that you are slower by 2 seconds, and at the same time, why it is very difficult to find those 2 seconds. So let me explain to you. Now, Nürburgring has how many turns? I don't remember, but typical track, it has at least 14 to 15 turns, right? So let's say 15 turns. What are 2 seconds per lap? 2 seconds per lap are 15/10ths of a second on every turn, which means that on every turn, an alien brakes maybe 2 meters later than you, brings in the turn 1 or 2 kilometers faster than you because it goes on the apex exactly, and you are out of the apex by, I don't know, 10 centimeters, maybe. All right? And accelerates 1 meter faster than you. That is all. That is 1/10 per turn. That is all, really. But if you multiply that 1/10 and a half per turn, and you multiply it by 15 turns, that is 2 seconds per lap. So this is why 2 seconds per lap is really nothing, but at the same time it is extremely difficult, because it means that you need to take each and every turn perfectly every time. And the more you get closer to that, right, you never get closer by, you know, being faster like 1 second in one turn. You get closer because you got faster 0.5 of a second in every single turn. And the more you get faster like this, the more it's difficult to find the last tenths of a second, last hundredths of a second in every single turn. That is why it is so difficult to make the lap times that the aliens do.